Hi there, it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures. Welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be working in the Altered book. And we're going to be saying bye-bye to autumn and hello to winter at the end of this. So we'll be filling the pockets today and then having a look at the kit I'm going to be using for the winter half of the journal, or book, whatever you want to call it. No, it's not really a journal, is it? Anyway. So what I'm going to use, I'm going to try and mainly use, to fill the pockets, the ephemera that actually comes with the kit. So I've got most of it that I think will work already cut out and backed and ready to go. So I'm hoping this won't take very long just to pop things in the pockets. I may have a couple of little bits I need to make for some of the pockets, but most of them should be, I should be able to pop things in quite quickly. My main problem is going to be choosing what goes in where, I think. So I've got a whole bunch of cards and journal cards and a variety of really pretty things, little ones, big ones, tags. I haven't done anything with that. I don't think I'm going to need that the tags. I've got that one. That might need a little decoration if I use it. A couple of other little journal cards there. I'm wondering, I think these are just not quite the right size. So I've got a whole bunch of things here that I thought we may or may not be able to use. So we'll see. These are the ones I've got prepared. Got another bit here. And I think there's a few smaller ones as well. Okay, so let's just see what works in the pockets. And I'm thinking this is quite a big journal card. And that might go quite nicely in there, and the colours work quite well, but I do think it needs a little bit of decoration. I hadn't really thought about that. So I think the first thing I want to do with this one will be to round the corners, because I do like rounded corners on my journal cards. I don't round absolutely everything, but most of the journal cards I do. And I'm not going to sew around any of these because I think it will add a bit to the bulk, and we've got to try and minimise that as best we can. So let's see what I can put on here as a bit of decoration. I've got a variety of bits and pieces in the box. Bigger pieces of embellishment and some smaller ones I've got in another box. So that's a pocket that I haven't used, so I don't think I'm going to need. Got a very big, no, that's too big, too orange, too yellow. Right, let's have a look in. I did have something that I thought, I don't know if this will work, because I wonder if he would go nice on there. So he's an option, but I'd have to cut around him. Got a few bits, smaller bits and pieces. Well, I've got him all ready to go. I think he's already on the next page, so that might be a bit too much. He's really cute, but he's a bit too small, maybe. But I might be able to match him up with put some leaves on there. Get a few bits out and just see what we can do with this. Various sizes of mushrooms as well. Let's have a look. I'll pop him on there. Maybe a leaf behind him, because the colours work quite well. Not the sunflower. That's not going to go. And then a little number down the bottom there. That might look, that's too much. I think I might just do the leaf with the little squirrel. Okay, let's do that. Now see if I can squeeze any more out of this bottle. It's getting very low now. I need to ink it up a little because there's some white bits showing where I haven't necessarily, so I just need to bring this over. As I'm just reaching around unnecessarily. Right. Ink, glue, pop it in the pocket. Just want to get rid of some of the white on the edges. So I'm hoping if we can get this done in time, I need a bit of. I'll be able to show you the winter kit, which is absolutely stunning. Totally different, of course, to this one, but equally as gorgeous. And I'm looking forward to using it. So I shall start that in. I shall start working on that. But I think what I will do. So this will probably be scheduled right at the beginning of December, I think. This will go up at the first week of December, and then I will schedule all the winter part to go up in January. I think my pin is making the glue a bit brown. I think it's getting rusty. I need to get a new one, a new proper pin. Okay, so I'm going to pop that there. Nope. Okay. Get rid of the edges. Pin about there. I'm just wondering if I've got a little label I could put just at the top that's going to be poking out from the pocket. I've got this little label here to go perhaps down here. But maybe I'll have a little something at the top. Let's see what I've got in here. Something a bit smaller. Autumn Wonder I've got. I've put Autumn Wonder on here already. I did that at the beginning on the title page. I don't need to ram that home too much. About falling leaves. Yeah, maybe I'll put that on. I'm sure that's meant to go on a meant to go on a tab, I think. I think that's the idea. Another little number. Oh, about this little label here. Just something to, I don't know if it will poke out the top. Let's just see if I've got anything else that would work. So I would put that up there. This feels too big now. I'll just cut that down a bit. missed. Just trim this off a bit. I've trimmed it off too much now. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's a bit better. Okay, I'll just do that. Just pop that. Glue stick. Whoop. Okay, put that on there. And the little number down at the bottom. Didn't do a very good job of gluing that. I've missed half of it. Okay. Okay. Let's just make sure I've inked around the corners. I'm not sure I even inked around the sides. That's it. Okay, so that pops in there. Yeah, I think that works quite well. Right, so let's just put some of these bits . Just trying to tidy up a little bit so that I'm not getting myself in too much of a mess. I do try, but I don't very often manage it. I don't like working in a mess really, but I always seem to end up in one anyway. But I always have to clear everything. So at the moment, it's everywhere I look, I've got Christmas stuff, but I have cleared my desk of Christmas in order to work on this. I cannot work on one project while I've got another project or the stuff from another project around me. I just can't work like that. I have to clear my space and get my head into whatever it is I'm doing at the time, and not have other stuff distracting me. Right. I know there's a lot of people who actually get inspired by having a lot of stuff around them, but I'm not one of them. I have to be relatively tidy. Relatively. Okay, so I need a nice big card to go in here. I don't need that because that's not a card. Get rid of some of these bits that are not needed for this. What can we put in there? So I've got this one. Is that going to fit? That fits quite nicely just there. And it just says flowers. I don't think I need to do anything more other than perhaps... Oh, do I want to round the corners on everything? Or shall I leave that? I'll leave that as it is. Just because. To show that I can. Okay, so that's that one. Now I've got a pocket here. I think she might go in quite well there. The colours work really well. Now this one I am going to round the corners. Okay. I'm just going to ink them. I'm inking around there. Right. And she goes in there really nicely. I think that works very well. Okay, just especially with the bow and everything, I think the colours work very well together there. Right, then I've got this funny little pocket here. So I've got a couple of smaller things that I think might go in here. So I've got this, and actually the colours of this little girl, the dresses go quite nicely in there. So I might just pop that in there. I think it needs a couple of things, so let's see what else I can pop in. I don't know if this will go in there as well. There's Halloween greetings. I suppose that would be fitting. There we are. So I've just got a couple of little cards popped into there. I think that looks okay. All the cards are backed. Right, where's my book? Wait, oh it is. I'll pull this over, hold this down. So for these pockets I will need to add a few extra bits that are not in the kit. So obviously they will have to be, well, I think they have to be matching. So I think what I'm going to do, I've got some coffee dyed little mini tags. These are actually the tags I used to do a challenge with Rachel the other day when we stamped them, and I hadn't coffee dyed them up to that point, but I thought it really looked nice to do it, so I've done some more. And so I've got 3 here. They're all being coffee dyed. I'll probably trim the string down a little bit, but what I would like to do with these, that's going to go. These are going to go in the first pocket here because they're just the perfect size. Apart from the fact that the string is way too long. So I'm just going to trim it. And I'm going to do the same with the others. And then what I think I'll do, hoping it'll work out, let's just put this to one side, is pull in my little fairy stamps that I got with the October Your Creative Studio box, because I thought they would go quite nicely on these little tags. So certainly these two will fit nicely. Just got to see if the slightly bigger one will fit as well, and that'll have to go the other way around, but I think that will work too. Yeah, I just thought it'd be quite nice because I want to keep them nice and flat, not too bulky, and I just love these little stamps, and I think they will look really quite sweet on there. And I have used the fairies a little bit here and there, so it wouldn't be a bad thing to have a little bit more fairy things just to tie them in with the whole theme. So I'm just going to do them on here. So let's do this beautiful little fairy stamp first. I'm just going to stamp them in black to make sure they stand out nicely. Just going to make sure actually that I've got plenty of ink, so I'm going to do it this way around, I think. Bring the ink to the stamp just to make sure there's plenty. I think so. Right. Okay, lift. Lovely. Oh, it's beautiful. Look at that. Can you see that? It stamps so beautifully. So I'm just going to ink around the tag. And then that one's ready to go in. Try not to touch the where I've stamped, just in case it's not quite dry, because these tags are have got a little bit of a shine to them, so I'm wondering if it'll take a bit longer for the ink to dry from the stamping. So I'm just going to put that to one side for a moment. Get the next one, trim it off. Oop. Okay. And stamp that off, make sure. Okay, right, let's do this one. I've just filmed the unboxing of the November Your Creative Studio kit, which you may have seen a couple of weeks ago. Well, it'll be a couple of weeks ago for you because it's I'm going to be scheduling this one for a couple of weeks' time, but I'm not sure when I'm going to schedule the other one, the unboxing, but it'll probably be a bit sooner, perhaps a week before. And I'm a bit sad that the stamps in that are not the wooden stamps, because I think these are great. They're easier to use in a way because you can really get hold of them. Yeah, and they come out beautifully. Okay, there's the next one. Can you see that? Gorgeous. Pop a little bit of something or other down there. So I don't know whether I might put a little bit of washi down the bottom or just accept that there's a little tiny black spot on my fingers, just in case it's me. I always seem to get ink, as much ink on me as I do on the stamps. Right, so that's that one, and then I've got this one to go. So I put the tag the other way around, trim that off. So I would love to be able to put this on a block, but I just don't think this covering doesn't want to come off, and I don't know why. So it does make these a little bit more difficult to use. Hoping I've got all of that. Looks like I have. I'm going to get a little block so I can press it down. And I hope this comes out okay. Okay, try and lift it without smudging it. Oh yes, I wasn't sure that would all fit on, but it does. Fabulous, there you go, I'll show you that. Oh, I didn't ink around the second one. I'll ink around the two of them. Can you see that? I mean, these stamps are just stunning. Gorgeous. So I'm really happy with those. So I just need to ink around the last two that I did. It just gives them that little finishing touch, little finishing edge. Need to ink on the other side as well, I think. Oh, not the black, you silly woman. Put the black away. Stick with the brown. Okay, so there's one. Alright, just ink on the other side. Just to finish it off. And the first one, which I don't think I did on the back. These were just some little tags. I bought it, I think, for probably £1, £1.50 from The Works, one of our shops that has little craft sections in. And yeah, I've been really pleased with them. I think I'm going to start running out soon. Right, so those little tags I'm very, very happy with. And I shall put them in here. So I'm going to put her in first. There we are. And put the little duo in there. Okay. And then this one in the bottom. Okay. That in a little bit further. Alright, so they're in. Now for this pocket here, I'm going to have to make some little taggy things. So I've just cut to size some pieces of card. These are from leftover bits of file folder, so they're a nice weight. Because they're going to have to push in, they need to be a bit firmer, otherwise they'll just bend. But I do want to cover them. Let's just get my glue book over. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some of these bits from the kit. These are some of the Collage Pages, and I just thought I'd pop those on there. So yeah, I think maybe I'll just do this one. Where's my glue? There it is. I'm thinking actually I might use the tacky glue, because whenever I use the glue stick, things tend to curl up, and I don't want them curling up. So I'm going to try and do it without. I do it using this. It might not curl up as much. That's the theory. Actually, I might get rid of August because I've only got half of August. Pop it on there. Sure the corners are stuck down well. I can always add a little extra glue afterwards, make sure they're all intact. Right, so that's the first one. And I will round the corners. I think they just need the smaller one, the 4mm. Don't know what that is in inches. But it's little, probably 1/4 of an inch probably. That didn't work. Try again. Okay. First I better make sure it fits. I don't really want to put too much more decoration on than that, because it's the pockets are quite tight. Let's just check. And I don't think I'm even going to put a tab on these. I think they'll just poke out enough. Be enough of a contrast, I hope. Even these, although they're firm, it's bending a little. Will it go in? It will, but it won't go in as far as I'd have liked. So I may have to trim it a little bit. We'll see how the others go in. Okay, let's do the next one. outside there. Got another bit here. All right. They're all going to be a little bit different. Right. That on here. Gone on a little skew iffy. Don't know if it'll to put some more glue on. It's not gone on as straight as it should have. I should have done it the other way around. Right, let's line it up properly this time. Better. Scissors. Okay. Just trim it up a little bit more. Okay, that's that one. Right, we'll give it a little corner clip. I always like that satisfying crunch when you do that. And if it doesn't do that, you know it's not quite caught it properly, or you haven't put it in properly. Having said that, that corner looks a bit odd. They're not actually, any of them, just said it's worked properly, and I don't think it's worked properly on any of them. Gonna have to have another go. Is that better? Not really. Wonder why. Let's have another go with this one. Even worse. I think I'll just have to do it by hand. I don't know why. That little one doesn't seem to work terribly well. It worked okay on the first one. Just end up with a funny little bit of a funny shape. Not sure why. That's a bit better. Yeah, I did think about putting tabs on the top of these, but I thought they'd possibly end up sticking out so far that they'd stick right out of the book. As it is, this other one is sticking out a bit further than I wanted, so I might have to trim that. That was the tighter one, I think, of the three when I tested them out earlier, just with the undecorated piece of card. Let's see if this will go in any further. If it will, I may have to just work on the other one a little bit more. There we are, that's gone in a little bit further. So that one's alright. This one needs to just go in just a tiny bit more. I think maybe there's got a bit stuck. Okay, I'm going to have to re-glue the side of the pocket there, I think. Perhaps I'll glue it after I put this in a bit further. There we are, it's gone in that little bit further now. Okay, I'll have to just re-glue the top of the pocket. Let's do the third one. And that's this one. And what are we going to do with this one? I want to make it look a bit different, so I'll go with this piece. down here actually. Okay, lots of glue. Just going to trim off this white edge so I don't, and I can line it up at the side. It's better. Put that there. Check the other side. Yep, that looks alright. Okay. Yeah, like that. Let's see if I can get it to work this time. It's better. Yep, that looks alright. I don't know what the problem was with the other one. These ones have come out alright. Okay. Let's bring this one back in. Pop this in the bottom pocket. I've just got to open it up a little bit so I can squeeze that in, slide it in, shall I say, and that's gone in nicely. Okay, so those three are in. I'll just have to do a little bit of repair work on the top pocket there. Okay, so now we've got one to go in the top here. Now I think I did have something. Did I not? I think it might be in the pack. Might have been this one. Go in. Because it wouldn't go in the box, this one. I think it's going to go in. Or have I made it too wide? I don't know if it was this one or another one. Let's have a check. Oh, I had another one that was going to go in here. I'm pretty sure it was this one. Let's see if I can get it to actually go in. It'll be a bit annoying, but I might just have to trim it a little bit. I can't get it to go in there. I think I will. I think I'll just have to trim it just a touch. It's just not going to go in. Maybe just trim a touch on either side so it's even. That side. Oop. And that side. Let's see if I've trimmed it enough, and then I'll just round the corners. That's better, she says. These things are not as easy to get in as you think they're going to be. I think they're just going to slide in, but they don't. Let's just open it up a little bit with my ruler. See if I'm going to get it in now. I'll probably find out afterwards this wasn't the one I planned to put in here. It's still a little wide, I think. Best laid plans and all that. Let's trim off a little bit more. on this side. This one, it is backed and everything. I think it's going in now. Yeah, I think that will go in. So I just need to ink it around the corners. I also need to put the top back on this glue. Okay. Alright, get rid of my trimmings. Whoops. I have a feeling me saying this shouldn't be a long video that was not correct. It's probably going to be a little bit long by the time I've finished making little bits here and there that I wasn't expecting to make, and adding extra bits of decoration stuff. I do want to show you the other kit, so that might just take my video in to make it a bit long. Okay, we're in. Okay, that's all right. That's just sticking out a little bit there. That's good. Happy with that. Okay, what we got for this pocket. So I've got this nice postcard here. It says place stamp here. Now I wonder, I've got some stamps in the kit. I think. Maybe that's what I could stick on there. Ooh, got a little tiddly one. I may have used the other one. Got any more? Did have a few, but I think I have used one. Is that the only one I've got left? Oh no, got another one, bigger one. I probably used the middle-sized one, but that's quite big. But it needs to be bigger than this this little tiny one. So I might just put that there. Okay. Me thinking I'll be just popping things in the pockets. Hadn't really reckoned on the fact that they might need a little extra decoration, but I can't not do it if it feels like it needs it. So I'm just going to put that there. That just covers that, and I think actually that finishes that off quite nicely. Okay, so I'm going to put that in there, like so. And then I need something for this big back pocket, don't I? I've got this one. I don't know if I've got any others. Not big enough. Or I've got the big bingo one. What about this one? So I'm going to have to do the corners. Right, so I'll put that one in here. Okay, that's good. How are we doing? So we've got to here, so we've got a couple of pockets. So I've got this one. Again, usual thing, can't help myself. This has already been inked, but not. I've just got to re-ink those corners. And I'll pop that in here. There's a little something there, looks like it needs finishing off. And then pop a little card in there, I think. Maybe even a couple. Like that. Nice stuffed pocket. And we're at the middle. So all I've got to do is find something to go in here. Or make something to go in there, in fact, because I don't think I've got anything that would be small enough. Or have I? I don't know. This is probably too small, this one. Yeah, I think that's too small. I've got a piece of file folder that might just about be the right side. That's not quite right, is it? Okay, let's just get the width. How big do I want it? About there. And about, let's try there. It's probably a bit too long or too wide or something. But I can always make it smaller, I can't make it bigger, can I? See. Okay, that would work actually quite nicely. I wonder how wide that is. I could make that into a tag if I'd measured it properly, which I hadn't. Didn't even think of doing. Let's see, have I got my little ruler? Let's just see how wide it is. Ooh, about 1.5, so I might be able to do a little tag topper on it. Once I've covered it, make it look a bit pretty. Okay, just got to put this on. Now let's find a piece of paper. Oh, didn't do a very good job of that. Let's find a piece of paper to go in that spot. So something with sunflowers. I've got a piece here, might work. And let's see. I wonder, I might try that. Yeah, let's give that a go. Forgot I'd need this again. Now it's got itself a bit bunged up. Oh dear. Have I got a pin somewhere? Sometimes you just would sort of break the seal, I think, to release it. Yep, here it comes. Right, let's try this. brain's gone. Where'd I put them? There they are. Right. That's quite a fun piece. Just needs a little more trimming. I'll just have to get the rubber on where I've might put some pencil marks on the back of this. I should have stuck the paper to the bits where the pencil marks were. I'll do that afterwards. Right, all I need to do now, I'd like to put my little tag topper on. So just got my punch here. There we are. Oh yes. That's quite nice. And I need to find a little something. What can I put? Perhaps I can use some of the leftover string from the other ones. I can undo it because it's in a knot. I'll just undo this and then I'll come back. Right, the string was too short, so I found myself a piece of brown embroidery floss, embroidery thread, whatever you want to call it, and I'm just going to use a bit of that, I think, just as a little tag topper or tag tie, whatever. I think, because I think sari silk might be a bit too bulky. It's a bit too long, of course. Just trim that off a bit, and let's see if it fits. Do I want to round the corners? Yes, I do. Of course I do. Just round the bottom corners. Just like the finish. And slide it. Whoa, it's sliding in. Woohoo! And there it is. Little tag to go in this section here. So that's it. I think all the pockets are full. We'll just have a quick look, and then we'll put everything aside and have a look at the winter kit. So let's have a quick flick through. So we're going to go, and I'm going to have to put all these autumn things away and make some space for all my little wintry bits. I don't think there's as many embellishments with the new kit, that's the only thing. So I've got a nice little tag here, tall tag, not tag, journal card. Brain's gone as usual. Then there's a little card in here, a nice big card here. I could probably pop one or two more things in here if I wanted to, but I think it's going to be it's going to make it too bulky. I might even have to take out some of these things in order to work on the second half of the book, just because it might end up being too bulky to work in. So I've got a couple of little cards here in this little floating pocket there, and then I've got my 3 little fairy tags, which I love these fairy stamps. It's nice to be able to have that opportunity to use them again. And then my cards that gave me a bit of trouble when I've got to do a bit of work on here. So there's a card in each of these pockets, but they're a little on the tight side. I may cut them down a little more because they are a bit tight. But at least I've got something in each pocket. Then I've got this tall one now in this pocket here, which I did have to cut down a bit, but it's in. And then I've got my postcard in here, and that goes really nicely colour-wise. Although everything goes colour-wise because it's all from the same kit, so that's going to happen. So another tag in here, or tag journal card in here. And all the journal cards have been backed with something or other. This is with some a coffee dyed digital. And there's another little card there. And then a little library ticket thingy that goes in there. So yeah, it's not a huge number of things, And then got my last little one in the middle there with my little tag. Okay, so that's the autumn part finished. Now shall we have a look at the winter kit? I'm just going to make a bit of space and then I'll be back with them. Okay, so here it is. It's called Winter's Magic and it's by Lorna at Taylormadejournals. It's absolutely stunning. I have mentioned this once or twice before. So this is the first page. There's lots of journal pages, and then there's a whole... I don't think I've managed to print off absolutely everything, but I've printed off almost everything. Okay, so then there's this one. So they're all snow scenes with winter animals and winter scenes on them, but somehow it's got colour in it, which is absolutely beautiful. She's managed to imbue greens and blues and reds into the scene, which is really, really gorgeous. So there's a little bird down here, some red berries. So you can see there's lots of bits that you could use to decorate the pockets. And there's some beautiful berries there. And I think if you were using it in a journal, you'd be folding in half, so all the bits that the whiter bits would be in the middle of the. So you'd really get the images would really show through on the journal pages. But of course, I'm not going to use it for that this year, but another year I may do. I think when I first saw this, I actually put this kit in my Etsy basket. I think it was about beginning of this year, and I had it in mind thinking I might use it for Christmas this year, but as it happens, I think it's possibly not really that Christmassy, but it's perfect for a winter journal or a winter altered book. So there's that one, which has got snowflakes and really lovely. Then we've got the trees, tiny little bird down the bottom there, and then we have the king of the forest, stag, another little bird. I'm not sure, I think it could be chaffinch, but it's definitely not a robin. I don't know many birds that have got red breasts. It could be, is it a cardinal? I don't know. Anyway, isn't that gorgeous? Just so beautiful. So evocative of the winter scene. And we've got some little winter bunnies in their different coats. So there's some that are white, some of them haven't quite turned white yet. And there's a little cheeky little squirrel down the bottom here. Bird up in the tree. So she's got little animals just hidden amongst, you have to look sometimes, see where they are. But there's a lot of blue, little bits of green. Gorgeous. And then there's this one. Got some birds in flight at the top there. And here we have some more of the deer. So I've got one down here. And of course, if you've seen my November kit from Your Creative Studio, the theme, so the stamps and a lot of the bits of ephemera and the washi tape are all featuring the stag. So it may be I'll be able to incorporate some of that into this, into my ephemera, into my book. Not sure yet how I'm going to use it. Then we have a winter fox down here. Well, this is a beautiful page. So we've got the birds again and the beautiful stag. And then we have a fox. Got an owl here. That's a beautiful scene. Another little bird down here, little bird up here, another one hiding in the tree up here. And we have these strips, so I'm thinking I've got some of those long pockets, so this will be quite good for decorating those. And again, this is quite a nice one because they've got, it's like 2 pages separate, so this will be good for decorating larger pages in my book. So I've got the fox and the stag again. Then we've got a few plainer pages, which would also be handy. I think I only printed off 2. There are 3 plain pages, so for some reason I didn't print off the third one. So it's just like a icy scene, I suppose. Looks like icicles on snowflakes. There's another one. Look at that colour. Isn't that gorgeous? And then we've got, these are now printed on slightly thicker paper because these can be used for making the ephemera to go in the pockets. And this is actually like a file folder, but so I'll probably be able to make a journal card. So that's one. And the other one perhaps the other way round. Let's see what, I don't really know what I'm going to need yet. And then we've got this one with the journal cards and some words. Winter's magic, magic of winter, winter forest, touch of frost, a walk in the forest, wonders of winter. So they're quite handy words to have, just to decorate the pockets and the journal cards. And then some more long, oops, which way around? I have them the right way around. Some more long strips. So either to make tags out of this, or to decorate pockets, depending on the size. So they're going to be really handy. And then more journal cards. Absolutely gorgeous. They're really, I love these journal cards. They're just a scene in themselves, aren't they? Beautiful. There's that one. Then we've got postcards. I've lost the bottom of these. The way, for some reason, my printer prints very weird. Sometimes I end up with too many borders, and this time it's actually chopped off a bit of the bottom of the postcards, which is a bit annoying. But they may still be, they're still usable. I've got some little labels at the top here. So that's those. Then some smaller pieces of ephemera. Corner pocket. I may or may not be able to use something like that. There's a few tabs. Bigger ones and smaller ones, and then some little pieces here for decoration. And some more, there's definitely a tag shape here. And some more things that I can use. December, January, I don't know if there'll be a February as well, possibly not. And it goes on, there's so much in this kit. It's more ephemera than I remembered. So there's a longer piece here and a longer piece here, a couple of journal cardy pieces here, some circles, just little tiny circles that have been chopped off by my printer, but I can soon punch a few more out if I need them. Here's a page of tags. I just had to do a quick battery change, sorry about that. So I was just about showing you a page of tags, more stunning artwork. So I was almost at the end. This is the last one. There's a couple of envelopes and some tiny circles and some ovals and some more circles. So loads of stuff to work with there. Far more than I'm likely to need, but I like to have plenty of options. So that was it. That's the Winter's Magic by Taylormadejournals. And I do think it's a really beautiful kit, and I think it'll be just fun to work with something very contrasting to what I've worked before, the really bright autumnal colours going into the very different colours of this kit, but, sorry, turn it up the right way, but nevertheless there are colours in here, and I'm hoping to pull out certainly some of the red and some of the blues. I think it'll be really fun to work with. So that's the my winter kit that I'm going to use to do the winter part of this journal, and I'm looking forward to it. So thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you with the rest of this in January. Okay, bye for now.